Hello students, in this session we'll see string comparison functions. In order to compare two numbers, we have simple comparison operator or double equal to sign may be used. But in case you wish to compare strings, we have another set of functions for that. So let us make a new program to show this. In the last program, I'm making rest of the things as comment. And in this program, I'm making new variable like s1, whose value I'm assigning hello, just as it is there in the textbook. The string s2 also. Hello. Why I'm repeating like this? Because for most of you, I came to know that you have problem with string functions. So I'm demonstrating it, that how well you can perform it yourself. Okay. Why to leave the last one? Take this also. Look at this. System.out.println s1 plus equals. I'm just simply typing the same code. First, I'll show you how whatever output is coming, why it is coming, and then it will be easy for you to understand. Look, this is the starting of main function. These are the new variables that is created, and this is one of the statement of that end of the main function, end of the class. Program is complete. Save it. No problem. Still have fun. Look, the output. Hello equals hello, true. Now, you may see I've intentionally written like this. No space is there. Now, let us compare. Look at this code. S1, then look at equals. Here, space is after the double quotation. Here also space is after the double quotation. Whereas, I have not given any space. The same way, here is also a space and all, but I have not given. So let me now give, with this example, now you are getting, then what is the importance of writing a space This is just a separator, nothing more. What about true? Yes. Now let me tell you what is true. Why true is written. Look, S1 is the string 1 and is one object, of course. Now we are calling equal function with this as argument. In short, the string in this and the string in this will be compared. And if they are equal, same, then true is returned. And this is what we see there. Press again Ctrl S, compile it. Now see. And if you want to know more about these functions, equal and equal could ignore case, I have already told you that you have to look at the return type while using any function. You must know its return type first of all. And from where you can get the return type, what kind of return it is going? By watching its prototype. Equal function prototype is this, where Boolean is the return type. And what it is accepting as the argument? Object, string object. And that's why S2 is an argument, because it is a string object. And true and false, why it is showing? Because it's returning the output in form of Boolean data type, which has only two values, true and false. Equal ignore case is also of Boolean type. Now let us write the next system.out.println S1 plus the same. Why not to copy paste it? Good programmer always use copy and paste to reduce the typing time and just make corrections. Make it S3, make it S3. Now let us predict the output. What does S3 contain? S3 contain goodbye. What we are doing? We are simply comparing S1 and S3. And of course, we know that goodbye is not equal to hello, which is the content of S1. Now let us see what happens. Save it, go and compile it back. Hello equals goodbye. False. Kya hello is equal goodbye? No, false. It's not equal. So this is how we can easily compare two strings. Let us see a few more examples. And this time also, we need to simply paste, because once we have copied, the content remain there in the clipboard. As long as we are not copying anything else, it will be there. Whenever, anytime, as long as the machine is on, you'll paste, this thing will be pasted. So this time what we have to do, we have to compare this with S4. Okay, no problem. In place of S2, press S4, and let us see what it returns. Dear students, it's always important to give time and practice it. If you'll not practice, nobody can make you understand all these things. It's my humble request that please practice. And during these days, I'll be uploading revision sessions. Means I'll be revising everything that has been taught to you. And you better watch those videos and just see. Here it is telling you S4 is equal. Look, S4 is capital. It must not say true. I have made some mistake. Let us find the mistake. Here S4 is done. Here also S4 is done. S1 equals S4. It is not equal here. It means that we have made some mistake somewhere. Look, it's returning hello in a small letter, whereas S4 contains hello. Let me see whether I have made, oh no, I have made a mistake. Yes. So you as a student can also make such mistakes, intentionally or non-intentionally. If mistake is done, it let you learn something. So here students, why it has returned true? Because of course, S1, S2 and S4 all contain the same thing in the same case also. But in the textbook, it was capital hello, like uppercase. I had mistakenly written this. So now you have understood. Let us make this hello. This and this both are hello, but this is in a small case. This is in uppercase, lowercase, uppercase. Save it, compile it, run it, see it. Now it's false. Why false? Because this lowercase hello is not equal to uppercase hello, because equal function is a case sensitive function. It checks for the case also, checks whether everything is in the same case. But we have one more set of function. And this time, let us change it to S4. And this time, write this equals ignore case. Look at this function. And you can find the protocol of the naming protocol of the functions. This function contains 3 words. This function name is given with the 3 words. What are those 3 words? Equal, ignore, and case. So what does the Java function naming protocol says? It says that if a function name or any identifier's name contains more than 1 word, then what will there? The first whole word will be in a small letter. Therefore, equals, this first word is in a small case. Then ignores first letter is in capital and case first letter is in capital. So this is how you can remember. Ignore case. Save it, go back, compile it, run it. Now this time it is true. Why? In the earlier case, we were using the equal function. Which checks for the case also, uppercase or lowercase. But in this second case, we are using ignore case equally. It ignores the case. And therefore it is showing true. So this is how this function was working. So our next set of function is this, start with and end with. So let us see this function with example. Let me make these part of program as comment and get recorded. When we need to run this code, we'll just need to unlock it or remove these two. It will become part of code. Let us first try to see what this function says. This is the first version. and let us see how it works, and then we'll see the next version. You can easily find it. Where's the problem? Look, this parenthesis is opening, but where it is closing, it's not closing. So we need to close it also. It's true. Look how easy it is to understand. This is a string computer and ends with function finds whether this string ends with this word or not. So computer contains ter, ter, so it's end with that. So the result is true. Quite easy to understand. Now let us see one example. It starts with. You need to remember the function name. It starts with. Where we have to put a small, I mean the lowercase, where it's by the protocol. So it starts with has two words. So starts will be the first word. So it will be in small letter, and this with first letter will be in capital. So let us now run this and see what it tells. It's telling false. Good. Why? Because computer does not start with a ter. It starts with a C. So let us check C what it tells. Yes, it starts with C, so true. COMP. We can give any lengthy string to compare. It's true. So see how useful this could be. Let me show you another way of using this. You may make a Boolean variable v1 and you can use s2. What does s2 contain? S2 contain hello. S2 that starts with I'm just outputting the value of v1. We can directly call the function in the system.out.println. But if you wish to call the function this way, then I would have already told you that if you're calling function in this way, then you must know the return type so that you can get the returned value in a proper variable, and after that you can do whatever you wish to. So it's again true. Why it is telling 3 times true? First time for this, second time for this, and third time for this. So this is how we can use the this function. Another useful function may be compare to function. Equal to ignore, equals or equals ignore case, where the functions we just tell you that whether they are equal or not. Compare to function also tells less than, equal to, or greater than. How it does so? It compares with the dictionary order. A string is greater than another if it come after in the dictionary. Actually, the main theme hidden behind this is the ASCII character, ASCII code of the different characters, and accordingly it appears in the dictionary. So the word which come after any word in a dictionary which comes after is greater word. Greater means its value is greater, and which comes earlier is smaller. So this compare to function tells you which is greater or smaller or something like that. So here you can see a complicated, little complicated it may seem to you, but it's not complicated. So before you continue, as I had told you that you must first know the prototype, what kind of return it's giving you. Look, it gives you return in int. And now let us just try to find. Let us compare hello and goodbye. Okay. So int compared to how we can compare. Let us see this an example. Look, string first called string 2. Which is string first. Let us make s1 as a string first, hello, and compare to goodbye has s3. Now what? Print the value of ct and c. Let us see the compiled version. It's returning it's returning 1. Why it's returning 1? Because let us see here. S1 is greater than S3. Goodbye. Hello. So S3 greater means, look, invoking string is greater. This is the invoking string S1, which contains hello, is greater than S3. S3 has goodbye. So it compares according to the ASCII codes. And thus it is returning 1. It says that S1 is greater. So let us make this little simple with the simple words. What I meant with this, let me just string S5 equals apple. Bat. S6 equals cat. Now let us compare S5 with S6.